So I just made a total googan out of myself. This is actually the second time we launched the kayak this morning. The first spot that we tried was one that I've been wanting to try for a little while. I thought it was going to be pretty good, and we fished it hard for 3 hours after driving over an hour to get there and got nothing. Big fat skunk. Got the skunk harder than I've gotten it in a long time. So I decided to cut my losses fairly early on. It's like 11:30 in the morning right now, and as if getting the skunk at a new spot once today wasn't enough for me, the second spot that we're going to be trying is also a brand new spot that I'm completely unfamiliar with. So we'll see how this goes, man. All right, let's give this a shot. Let's see, what are we at? About 12 feet right here. Let's give it a try. We're on the slack side of the piling right now. I might need to move over to the side the current's hitting, but we'll see. Marking fish on the bottom. I don't know if they're what we're after though. Like I said, I've never fished this bridge before, so I don't know what's over here. I'm sure there's redfish. I'm sure there's trout. That's a stud. That's a stud. Boom! We needed that one. It's been a little while. I haven't got that excited for a fish in a minute. That's a good sheepshead right there. That's probably 18, 19 inch fish. Smoked that jig. I was worried about, so I've got a 3/4 ounce jig on right now. I was kind of worried about that because the current's not moving too crazy. I was worried it would, you know, get kind of shy to the jig, but doesn't appear so. 3/4 ounce bird of prey sheepshead jig. This is in that fiddler crab color. Yeah, that's a good fish. All right, we're gonna get this guy bled out before he jumps out of the boat and does anything crazy. I see a lot of people cutting up under the gills like you do for like reds or other fish or whatever. I like to take my pliers or a knife or whatever, lift their pectoral fin up, and you can see that soft kind of like armpit, I guess fin pit you could call it, and you can punch that about 45 degrees straight forward and it's going to bleed them out almost immediately. Got to get a pic of that guy real quick to send to Chris from Hookcraft. I told him about the skunk this morning. We were kind of upset about it because I was optimistic for that spot, so I'll have to send him that picture. All right, solid sheepshead, guys. I'm not going to hold him up for too long because I don't want him jumping out of the boat. Give you guys a quick look at him in the sunlight there. That's the first big sheepshead for me this year. I've caught a couple small ones, but that's the first decent sized one. I want to get a measure on him real fast. Let's kind of see what we're working with. I'm going to guess probably 18, maybe 19. He's decent for sure. Yeah, it's a 19-inch sheepshead. Pinch to tail, he actually goes probably about 20. But to the fork, he's about 19. Yeah, that's a good one right there, man. Beautiful sheepshead. Let's get that guy in the cooler. We're gonna see if we can get back in there and pick some more up. Little tip for you guys too, if you don't already know. So once you kill these guys, you can actually use their eye sockets as a kind of a handle to hold them. It makes it a little bit easier, less likely to lose them. How funny would it be if you flopped and jumped in the water right now after I said that? That's dinner, baby. Such a crazy feeling hooking into a fish like that and just having to rip him out of that structure before he gets back in there, dude. There's nothing quite like sheepshead fishing. I love it. All right, let's get another crab rigged up. So I guess I can give you guys a rundown on the rig now. So I've got 20-pound Power Pro braid on. This is just the cheap Daiwa Laguna that I picked up from Academy. Honestly, I've been super impressed with this reel for a $40 just off the shelf reel so far. Pretty solid setup. I like it a lot. Shimano Talavera, this is a medium heavy inshore. It's a 7-foot rod. I really like the 7-foots for sheepshead fishing because my kayak is just long enough that the 7-foot in my hand goes right to the end of the kayak, and that's where I like to fish. I'm not whacking my rod up on the piling and everything. I've got a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. This is Yozuri hybrid fluorocarbon down to that bird of prey 3/4 ounce sheepshead jig in the fiddler crab color. I'm really stoked on these jigs this year. They upgraded the hooks. The quality as opposed to the ones that they were doing before, which I liked. But these ones, the quality on them is so much higher. I mean, big sheepshead like that, big drum, no problem, no hook bend or anything like that. Really great product. And then of course we're using fiddler crabs for bait. I've started keeping these guys at my house. I've kind of started delving into the world of keeping fiddler crabs, and it's been going good so far. I've been able to keep them alive without too much issue, so it's nice to always kind of have a stock of bait for yourself. But we got some sheepshead down there right now, man. We're gonna hook up again quick. Yep. That's another big one. Not nearly as big as that first one, but he'll do. I mean, he's pretty big. He might go 20. I'm gonna say probably between 18 and 19 on this one though. Let's go ahead and get that jig out of him right now. I am curious. Yeah, probably about, it's about a 19-inch fish, just rough measurement. Another solid sheepshead right there, about a 19-inch fish, just a touch shorter than that first one we got, but a decent eater. A lot of meat on these fish too. You can see these guys are really fat right now. They're down there eating good. I did notice these pilings have a lot of oyster and barnacle growth on them, so these guys are definitely well fed. Let's get that one in the cooler. Oh yeah, we're marking something on the bottom here. Over here. Marking 2 right underneath this piling base. Come on, baby, where'd you go? I saw you on the fish finder. I know you're down there somewhere. I'm marking fish. Not having any luck getting him to bite for some reason. You know what though, so when we first got here, that current was outgoing pretty strong still, and I'm noticing now that it's incoming. So we had that tide change and it's not incoming super fast yet, so I'm wondering if the bite might have turned off, because it's slicked out here, like perfectly flat. There really isn't any like moving water or anything anymore, and sometimes that can be enough to just turn those fish off. So shoot, I don't know, man. I left fish to find fish, and it might have actually bit me in the ass just like they say it would. And I haven't gotten a single bite, even though I'm seeing them on the structure. So I don't know, my bet's still on probably the tide change having a big effect on them. Alrighty guys, well, I think that's just about gonna do it for this trip, man. I was hoping to get into more sheepshead today. I was super confident that first spot this morning was gonna produce something for us, and then it produced nothing. So at least when we first got here, we were able to drop and pull 2 right off the structure. But dude, it's crazy, that tide change, as soon as that thing flipped, it went completely calm, no current moving, and then started going the other direction. That bite just completely turned off. So hey, at least we're lucky we got here and we did. Otherwise we probably wouldn't have got those 2 sheepshead. But I mean, it just goes to show, man, like fishing's fishing. Sometimes the smallest thing, tide change, you know, the wrong weather condition, wrong bait, you know, to us it doesn't seem like anything, but to those fish it can affect them in, you know, the biggest way and just completely shut that bite off. It was cool getting on the first 2 sheepshead of the year, like first 2 real sheepshead for me. I think the only 2 that I've caught so far were like 14 inches. So, I mean, 2 almost 20 sheepshead, it's hard to beat that, especially for, you know, kind of the early season stuff that we're in right now. This time of year, it's, you know, we're in that weird like kind of transition period between fall and winter time when everything is kind of difficult to target and difficult to dial in unless you're out here doing it every single day or at least a couple times a week, which I definitely have not been this year. You know, I've been busy with a lot of stuff going on, man, so it's just hard to get out here and really get the stuff dialed in. So when you have a good day like today, especially after getting a skunk this morning, man, I mean, I could have gone home, been frustrated, another weekend without, you know, getting a good video or catching fish. And instead, I decided to stick it out, make a stop on the way home, try something completely different than what I envisioned I was going to be doing today, and it all worked out. So I hope you guys enjoyed coming along, man. Sorry the video wasn't a little bit longer. I was hoping it would be, but we learned a lot today. We explored some new territory, figured some stuff out, kind of got back into the grind of getting out here and filming videos after like a 6-month hiatus of uploading full-length content to the channel. So it's a good feeling, man. I'm stoked. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned. There's a lot of big stuff coming. I've got several videos that I'm actually currently working on right now. So I'm going to drop this one, and then I'm going to drop a couple more really great videos that you guys are going to enjoy. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys sticking around, even though I haven't been uploading content in a long time. You guys are awesome. If you don't follow me on Facebook already, go follow me on Facebook. I post a lot of stuff over there that I don't post on YouTube, and I do upload a lot more frequently over there as well. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. Have a good one.